So now for those who don't think that these planes are chemtrail planes and that don't believe in chemtrails, even though Chemtrail Canada and Chemtrail USA companies exist. Well, take this for example. Why would a plane, only when there's a refracting light, a sundog, a mocked sun, look it up, to the right and to the left of the sun, that we often see the chemtrails spraying? Now, why would they spray three planes wide if it was just passenger planes? Side by side, stop spraying. Now you're going to explain to me how a plane stops spraying if it's normal condensation at a certain level. How would they do that, right? How would they suspend the spray? This is just a stupid but very proving thing that I'm saying. Everyone's always bitching about chemtrails not being real and that it's regular normal condensation. Well, how does a plane spray three planes and then stop the condensation and then continue the condensation directly over the sun? You explain that one to me. Now we're going to look at this refracting light to the right. I saw something behind that reddish orangish light. There's a sphere there, and the sphere is in the sky. You're going to see two little reflections from my camera, little lights, which are always there, of course, the little green light with the orange light. And right here, I'll get a star right up in the center of it, is the planet-like object. Yes, it is. It's right there. It's spherical, it's round, it's gigantic, many times larger than our sun, or closer. I don't know what it is. It's the first time I've ever seen it there, and it's there. And it's funny that the chemtrails seem to be spraying directly over top of this. So now, look at over the light on the bottom there, the orange light. You also see other little spheres. They're not lights, they're actual spheres. So, for the ones that don't believe, having seen this live, let's go see it live. And we'll just zoom up and move left and right to show you that this bloody object is not moving. So there it is, right there over top. You can see on the left that little light that's yellowish, not the one in the center, the big one. The little lens flare is on the left. You can actually see the lens flare from my camera because the sun is to the left, of course, and it's reflecting in my lens. But the one that's over top was appearing more and more, and as the chemtrails were spraying over top. Now, this object, whether it be like the moon, we can't see the moon sometimes during the day, right? Certain parts of its moon phase, we can't see it. Well, this reminds me of a sphere, a passerby, possibly in a far constellation, with other little spheres beside it, which pertains to what I found last summer, that object beside the sun. Now look at the size of it. This would be pretty big. And again, it's there and present just before the full moon, as always. That's when I found it. So you see the two specks of light there on the left are reflection from the camera. We're not going to hide it, but we're not talking about those dots. Don't want to mix anyone up. What we're looking at are the three chemtrail planes that stopped spraying for some reason, all simultaneously, and then continued to spray over top of the front of the sun. Now, when you're looking at these sundogs, which is the reflection to the right, well, there's that spherical, there is a sphere. It's there. Now, if it's not a planet, there's two other things it can be, and it's not much better. It could be a UFO, right? Or it can be a hole in the sky, a hole in the dome. I don't know what it is, but it's there. And it's spherical. And it's perfectly spherical. And I can see it outside with my eyes. So there's another light in the sky or lit object that is playing tricks on me. It's near the sundog, and you'll see here it's to the right. It appears, it disappears. It looks like a spherical flying object, an unknown flying object. There it is again, and it's stationary. It appears and disappears. And we'll see it a bit closer here. Zoom out slower. Watch to the right there. you'll see that flash light up, and it's still stationary. It's just sitting there, whatever it may be. It has a very, very bright glow to it, but yet, I don't know. It's not a lens flare, that's for sure. The lens flares were on the left, like I showed you at the beginning, and just this lit spot lighting up. And here it is over top of the sundog because it's not the other place anymore. It looks further out now, but it just lights up. You can see that little spot of light right there over top of the color there. Just a white spot, right? Because we're seeing things white all the time, just like on the moon. We see things gray. Well, they're not necessarily gray, it's the colors that we're not picking up, of course. And in the sun like this, what we see in the white spectrum, and this is just basically what we're seeing. The same thing by seeing a planet, we'd see it white. And we'd say, oh, is it Nibiru? No, it's white. Well, maybe it is Nibiru or another planet, right? But maybe it's being shown to, we're seeing it white. It doesn't mean that the celestial objects that we see are the same, are the right colors either that we're getting with the cameras. But either way, it's the only tools that we have, and we have to deal with that, with what we are seeing through the camera lens. It's not always easy. It leaves for lots of speculation, of course. Many people disbelieving, but I mean, this video is nothing. I'm just looking at the sky, just analyzing the sky. And of course, the chemtrails that came over, all three of them repetitively, one after the other, it doesn't make any sense why they spray. And are you noticing the markings that they're doing in the sky? Sometimes they'll spray a very little line and then they'll make another little line across that. It looks like an X. It sort of looks like they're marking the sky for the next plane to go by. I mean, this, I'm just using common sense. I'm trying to understand why an airplane would make figurines in the sky. It doesn't make any sense, especially not an air passenger plane with passengers on it. I highly doubt that they would not notice other planes beside them. Hey, look, there's other planes beside us. We're all driving to the same place. And I mean, when you get on a passenger plane, the normal things happen. You don't see other planes straight across from you flying at the same distance as you're going to somewhere. It never happens. And here why are there three planes? Here's the chemtrail that came across the sky after again to cover it all up. And right now it's just a complete mess. It's white and we can't see the sun anymore. October 2017, the end of last year, this object in the lower atmosphere, this was the lowest star or object in the sky. When I took a photo and enhanced it, I saw that there were actual chemtrails that were going right over this area. And that was the night of October 17th, because I was out getting Mars. Planet Mars was nice, it was visible. And, astronomers were talking about Mars because it was going to be visible that night next to the moon. And when I was getting it, I also got other celestial objects. And here they started spraying. At one point, Mars disappeared. And don't wonder why. It's because they were chemtrailing. And this was the first time that I realized that they were chemtrailing at night. We have planes going to areas to and from where there are no airports. Here, where I live, they go from Toronto to Montreal. And this was going from north to south. It wasn't going from east to west or west to east. Thanks so much, guys, for checking it out. This was an afternoon video because I was home wanting to film the sun, but here, of course, a bunch of chemtrails came in front of the sun, so I filmed the chemtrails. Guys, I'll have another video up tonight. Thanks a lot for all the new subscribers and contributors, and for all of you who come here just because you're curious and want to comment and check out my channel. I thank you.